I'm chopping half a cup of walnuts and just roughly chop them. I like a little bit of crunch on my crostata, and I really like how the walnuts work well with the apples and with the Gorgonzola cheese that we're gonna add in a minute. The walnuts are chopped, apples are cooled, so it's time to add all the walnuts right in there. Then we need lemon, and you only need about a teaspoon of lemon zest. So we need a little bit of lemon juice as well. There we go. That's about right. Now, for the best part, the Gorgonzola cheese. It's an aged blue cheese, and it's made usually in the Piedmont or the Lombardy regions of Italy. That's where they make the best kind of blue cheese. And it's aged for about 3 to 4 months, and the consistency changes depending on how long it's been aged. It's really good stuff. And with the apples and the nuts, it makes for a wonderful flavor. And sometimes it can be crumbly, sometimes it can be super soft. This one's kind of in the middle, and it's got a nice pungent flavor. That's why I like it so much. And we're gonna give this a quick toss, just to blend all of the ingredients together. It kind of melts into the crostata, into the apples and everything, and it just ends up being so yummy. So now, time for the dough. So I just want to flour the board a little bit, just so the dough doesn't stick to the wooden board. Oh, this is nice. Really important to let the dough have time to rest and sit so the butter can get nice and cold. And a little bit more flour on top of the dough. Grab the rolling pin. And I also want to flour the rolling pin so the rolling pin doesn't stick. And we'll just start rolling out the dough. And see, as you roll it, it kind of spreads the butter throughout, and you can actually see pieces of butter in there. And that's what you want. So that way, when it bakes, it becomes nice and flaky. And you want to roll it into approximately an 11-inch round, and then about a 1/4 inch in thickness. Makes you work out your arms. It's perfect. Okay, that looks about right. I want to roll it on the rolling pin, and then roll it onto the baking sheet. We come back over here. Then I take my filling that's cooled completely, and we put it in the middle of the dough so that we can fold the dough over the filling. Great. You just kind of move up the edges, and I spread it out a little bit, just leaving a 2-inch border everywhere. Then I take the edges and I just fold them over. See, just like this. See, and it creates its own little shell so that it keeps all the filling intact and inside. And it doesn't really matter how you pleat it, just make sure there aren't any cracks. If there are, just press with your fingers and it kind of seals the cracks. And look how beautiful that looks. And just brush the sides with the egg wash, just like that. It seals the dough and it allows it to get nice and golden brown. There we go. Okay, so now bake it at 400 degrees for 25 minutes until the edges are nice and golden and the inside's kind of bubbly and the cheese melts into the apples. And then I'm gonna clean up and get my farro cooking. Oozing with 3 different cheeses, this dish is decadent and delicious.